Hey there, starting off today's show, we're going to be talking about when you're doing something and you think you're doing the right thing, but it may not be the right thing, or someone may strongly disagree with you.
Yeah.
Disagree with you.
Disagree.
They're going to disagree. Anyway, so, yeah, we're going to start off like that. If you have anything like that, be sure to share it down in the comments. So I'm going to kick this one off. Okay, so Kev, the other night, I was at a staff party.
Yes.
I got really drunk.
Yes, I assume so.
It was really funny. And I was dancing, having a good time, as I do. I'm a jovial fella.
As the drunk people do, yeah.
As the drunk people do. And I'm dancing, having fun. Some lady friends are getting up on me because, you know, it's
Why
one
not?
of those things. And there's this woman. She's a little bit older, but oh my God. She's cool. She's cool. Okay?
Yeah.
She's not too bad. Anyway, she's dancing on me, kind of getting on my business a little bit. I'm like, what's going on here? She's, I think she thought there was something in my pockets because there was a lot of reaching around that area.
Just trying to figure it out.
Maybe, I don't know, playing a game of pool, if you will.
Just curious what size phone you had.
Yeah, she's checking on my phone. That was it.
Yeah.
She missed every time, but so that was going on. So I'm like, I feel like there's something here. Let's follow this up. So I started and I went out. Everyone was smoking and we're out there. We're hanging. I don't really smoke, but you know, whatever. Yeah. And we're like, I think we're gonna get out of here. This is towards the end of the night, and my boss and my other supervisors come over, and of course they're giving me a hard time. So they're like, they get everyone in it. So there's like 20 people like, oh, Nathan's gonna get lucky and blah blah blah. And then she's getting embarrassed, and it's this whole thing. So I'm like, oh no, this is going south fast. Abort. So I'm like, I don't know about this. She's like, well, I don't know. And we're anyway walking over, and I was like, maybe I should make a move. Maybe I should do something. And then she started to get into a cab, and there's a guy in the cab not thinking anything about it. And I'm like, well, you know, it's whatever. And they're trying to push it on. I'm like, you know what? I'll hit you up a message. Maybe we'll do something later. Unbeknownst to me, that was her boyfriend in the cab. I had no idea she was in a relationship. I didn't know that. Like, when I found out this morning, I was like, he must think I'm the biggest asshole in the world.
Yeah, you're the other guy.
I didn't know.
This whole
She
song
didn't.
about you.
Oh, man. So that's what I mean by saying you think you're doing the right thing. Because, like, she was into it. I was into it. But I was not doing the right thing. I had no idea.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
some people do that.
Have you ever been in an experience like this? Have you had anything like this?
Yeah. It happens kind of all the time at my work. It's because you make video games. When you're making video games, there's no right answers. And you can tell that online. Like, whenever people talk about games online, they're always either mad or happy. And there's a huge mix of people with those opinions.
Yep.
And, you know, it's about, like, no matter what. So, like, we have all these decisions we have to make at work. And it's just kind of like, you know, especially being, like, a designer like I am, like, you have to push your ideas and you have to kind of fight for them and stuff. And you do this all and you have no idea whether your decision's the right one. It's, like, so much kind of, like, gut feeling stuff. And, yeah, anyways, in our last update, I pushed for this, like, sort of, like, mini game thing inside of our game. And it ended up being one of the worst points for the update.
Oh, no.
From, like, the statistics point of view, because basically it's a mobile game, so we have really short play times.
Yeah.
Our average play time for players is, like, about 7 minutes a day.
Okay.
During our update, it was 15 minutes a day.
Is that good?
Well, okay, that's what it sounds like it'd be good, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
you're making your players play more, so obviously they must be get more engaged and liking it more. But that's not actually what it is. It's because we're in a game that, like, you kind of set up this kind of cadence for players to play.
Right.
Right, and they work it into, like, their live schedules and stuff.
Okay.
And if you're using that same schedule, but stretching out how much time they need to put in at each of their check-ins.
Longer poops and gotcha.
You know, that feels more stressful to them, not like they're actually having more
no
fun.
benefit.
And we've seen that through, and I don't know. I still like my idea
So the game or mechanic that you implemented just was too deep and required too much time?
Required too much time. Yeah, we did things to mitigate that, and like it's not like it's directly my fault. The whole team was kind of okay.
So
with
it's
it.
100% your fault.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's just that kind of stuff, and like it happens all the time. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe if we didn't do that idea, we would have done an idea that boosted the average session time to like 20 minutes.
You don't know, right?
Like, yeah, it's really hard to tell. Like what the correct answer is. A lot of time there is no correct answer. But yeah, that kind of stuff like comes up all the time. It's a lot of just these blind like fighting and arguing to have something your way with like no confidence whether you're actually doing the right thing.
Yeah, you hope. And ideally, I mean, everyone wants the same end goal though, right?
Yeah.
So it's everyone's fighting for what they believe is the right thing to do just to make a better product.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, no one loses that fight.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's true.
God, I'm such a hippie. I said that and I was like, oh man, this is like business talk. This is the worst.
Love and peace for everybody.
Yeah, man. So, we just want a powerful vision, buzzwords. Yeah, no, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Yeah. So now, curious, what was the audience reception to that specific feature like? Was it positive?
I would say if it was like a 1 to 10 scale where 1 is absolutely hate it and 10 is absolutely loved it, it's probably like a 4.
Oh, so, really?
Yeah, it wasn't like anything that people were like super divisive on or anything. People are just kind of like, it's all right.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's really hard to fit creativity into our game because it's been out 4 years. Yeah. And it's already a full game that you're trying to add on top of. So, there's that kind of stuff to it.
But Kevin, I thought you have to cater to everything that they say they want, and that you are just entitled as a game creator, and that, they, where I'm going with this. Yes.
No caving into community.
No, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So then I have another one.
Yes, you do.
And you know this story. This is a doozy. So we're going back in time, folks. Come with me back in time right now.
That was like my reverse sound. It
wasn't very good. So if you ever hear that sound, you're like, oh God, someone's traveling in time.
Yeah,
you'll know what's going on. You see a DeLorean, you can figure that shit out. Doc Brown. So about, 3 years ago?
Sure.
We were a jovial bunch. There were a ton of us.
Jovial.
Yes. We were a friend group. Kevin and I, you and I weren't even that close back in the day.
Yeah, we weren't.
No. I was just kind of like, oh, Kevin, he's a bit of a jerk. Kind of like Abed from Community. That's, I mean, not much has changed. I just tolerate you better. So anyway, we're hanging out in this friend group, and there was, a bunch of people in there, and obviously these things, usually relationships are what kind of tear them down. People start dating.
Yes.
Then those people break up. And then those friends don't hang out. And it kind of keeps splitting down the group, the half-life of the group. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And usually it's relationships that come into it. So this group, no different. And this is kind of the demise of this group, but the big one. The big one.
There was 3 relationships in the group. Only one of them really did any damage to the friend group.
4.
4?
Me, you, Justin,
I
Cody.
wasn't counting me because that was towards like the end of everything.
Yeah, but it was definitely involved.
Yes, I guess.
Cool. Richard then dated her after. It's definitely caused a rift.
We'll count that as 2 divisive relationships.
Yeah, maybe. To use from one person. She's a 2-for-1, eh? Let me tell you. So, okay, this one. So there's this girl. I'm not going to name her. She's a girl. She's whatever. Mm-hmm. She was dating this guy. Mm-hmm. So they were dating. And they were dating for probably like 3 years, maybe 2-3 years.
A while.
Yeah,
2
and
or
like
3 years, yeah.
No one's perfect in this scenario. The guy, honestly, I wouldn't imagine he would be the best boyfriend. He has a very lazy approach to things, but her at the same time, she's very kind of needy.
Needy, yes.
Very needy, very high social intelligence. Emotional intelligence, I mean to say, like she's good at manipulating situations.
Yes.
To get it her way.
I was going to call it manipulative intelligence.
Yes, it's called emotional intelligence, and you have to respect that. She's very good at kind of making situations in a certain way just to benefit her.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a survival mechanic, right?
Yeah.
So she's very good at this. And I knew for a fact, because I knew her since high school, that she cheated on her last 3 boyfriends. So she kind of had a behavioral thing going on there of, well, it seems to be
Pattern.
a pattern. It seems to be a pattern. So anyway, so they're dating, and there's this other guy. And he is the other man that we talked about earlier.
Yes.
And anyway, towards the tail end of the relationship of the first 2, the lazy boyfriend and the manipulative person, the other guy was saying, yeah, manipulative girl and I, we're hooking up. It's happening a lot. We're like, what? What do you mean it's happening? And to give some backstory there, the other man and lazy guy, they were tight.
They were good friends.
They were good friends.
Lazy guy brought the other man into a friend group.
Yeah, so like they knew each other for at least a year.
Yeah.
Played Halo together. Like they were pretty tight.
Other guy lived with me, actually.
Yes, other guy did live with you for about a year.
Yeah, during that time, too.
Yes, during that time. So it was a whole rigmarole. So anyway, so then other guy's telling us this, and it's kind of one of those things of, I think like you and I were the main 2 that knew, and then other people knew too, but you and I were the only ones talking about it because like, it's like something's eating at you, right? Like lazy guy, sure, he's not the best dude, but like you feel like he deserved to know something like that, right?
People shouldn't get cheated on.
People shouldn't get cheated on, especially by someone who was their friend.
Yes, especially.
You know what I mean? It's someone who knew him. It's someone who knew this. Like
2 backstabs at once.
If it was the situation of someone who's completely oblivious, like my drunk, dumbass self, that's kind of different. But someone who actually knows the dynamics of it and knows the other guy, knows that they're definitely in a relationship.
Purposeful and sober and everything, yeah.
So anyway, he was claiming that this was happening. And it went on for about a month. And it was kind of like one of those things of like you and I were talking about it. You and I were trying to figure out like an intervention thing of like, let's get the 2 guys together, say what's going on.
Well,
hope they don't throw too many punches.
I was pretty close to the other guy as well, so I was trying to get him to like, fix the situation, either cut her out. Yeah. And all will be fine.
Yeah, we all tried to cut her out.
Yeah,
that didn't work too well.
No.
It's like parents with a rebellious child.
I know, it's kind of like you push them away from something.
The forbidden fruit's the freshest. Yeah. Exactly. So anyway, so then comes New Year's, and I get a little tipsy.
Yes.
As I have done in the past, and the loose lips, they open up. And I'm like, hey man, you know what? She sucks. I mean, the fact that she did this, and then he's like, what do you mean? She cheated on me. And I'm like, so let's have a talk. You know, other guy? Yeah. Yeah, so that was a whole shit show that went down. A whole shit show that went down. It was it was not a fun New Year's. It sucked a lot. Mm-hmm. And then the fallout from it is what really came down. So then manipulative girl, also who I knew since high school, actually, early high school. So I'd known her for probably about 4 or 5 years at this point.
Yeah.
So I knew her for quite a while. And we were tight back in high school, not so much late. Like more recently, I was like, I have actual friends now. No, thank you. But so anyway, so this whole thing goes down, and then she finds out about it pretty quickly, and then she gets really mad at me.
Yes.
And she tells me that he had suicidal thoughts that night, therefore I could have killed him. Not exactly true. I really think you're tossing the blame somewhere else there. You are the one that caused that. Let's be honest here, but whatever. And then she said that it was all a lie, and that other guy made it up. Yeah. She denied it all. And
other guy made it up, and he was like one of the most honest people like I've ever met. He just says everything.
Pretty honest dude, says what's on his mind.
Can't trust him with a secret.
No,
like
but
that
like
kind of honesty.
He's not stupid either.
Yeah,
and that's a stupid lie. What do you gain from that lie? Nothing.
Yeah,
you don't gain a goddamn thing. So it doesn't make any sense for that lie. And then she was sending me screenshots of their conversation between the 2 of them that was like, why would you tell them this? I don't know. I just made it up. And I almost guarantee that was like a canned conversation of like, okay, you say this now, and then I say this so that I can show this to people, to be like, it just seems obvious that wasn't the case. Because then
I've pretty much never thought of sending people screenshots of my text conversations as proof.
Obviously, she did.
Don't naturally do.
No, exactly. Like,
so she was trying to make proof.
Yeah, trying to create proof. And then, so then he wanted to meet up with me, the other guy, and I was like, oh, he's going to beat me up. So I was kind of nervous, but I went over to his place. He was cool about it. He's like, hey, man, like, it never happened. I'm like, what do you mean it never happened? He's like, well, I don't know. I wanted to think I had a shot, so I kind of built it up in my head like that. And I'm like, you're full of shit. Like, did she really have you that under her finger? Like, is this?
Yeah, I remember like after you told me that too. Yeah. So you and I went and kind of recounted like exactly what he said to us.
Yeah.
And they were consistent.
Yeah, they were.
And normally if people are lying, they tell inconsistent stories to different people.
But if it's a rehearsed story, it's the exact same thing, beat for beat.
Yeah.
So,
but like I'm talking about like the original account of like the cheating and stuff.
Oh, I thought
he told us consistent.
I thought you were saying the end thing. Yeah,
no, he told us consistent details about like what happened, like for them hooking up the first time or
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah,
and
yeah. So I mean, it seems obvious that is what happened, but she did not take it well. She was very mad. Tried to kind of get everyone against me for a good while there. She definitely did, dude.
Yeah, I know.
She was like to a lot of people, Nathan's a dick. I'm like, okay, whatever. And she, for the longest time, I think she's the only person that actively hated me.
Yeah.
I mean, there's people that don't like me. Sure, I'm a little abrasive, but yeah, she actively did not like me. I still think I made the right call.
Yeah.
Because if I were in his situation, I should say, I would have liked someone to tell me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it sucks. It's like a Band-Aid, but like getting ripped off, it sucks. But I don't know. Is it better than not knowing at all? It's one of those things of like, then she's just going to get away with it.
It had to come out eventually, and the truth wasn't coming from either the other guy.
Yeah.
Or the girl, so.
Yeah. So I don't know about that.
It come out.
Yeah, so it had to come out, and it wasn't good. It wasn't good at all. So it was awkward because we went to the same university, so like we would see each other sometimes, and like it would just be kind of a death glare towards me, and then I would just be like, I don't know, and like an awkward encounter at a movie theater because she worked there. And it was times. It wasn't good, and I'm talking like 3 years later at this point. And now just the other day, actually. So now 3 years later, she said to me, she's like, would you want to get coffee sometime? Now that she broke up with the other guy.
Yeah.
I don't think she's trying to get a relationship going there because face it, girl, I'm way out of your league. But I don't know. I'm interested to see what happened. She's had some unfortunate stuff happen over the past like month, so I'm all's forgiven on my end. I don't really care. I still think I made the right decision. I think it's not nice the way she treats people sometimes.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I don't hate her.
Yeah.
I don't anything like that. I just think her decisions hurt people. But I guess that's life, I guess. I don't know.
It's true.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's another case of me thinking, maybe I'm doing the right thing, but maybe not.
Yeah. For me, like, I find I don't get myself into those kind of situations with people too often.
Yeah.
Simply because, and I think this is a huge product of like just how my dad raised me at the very least is I really believe people need to learn their lessons the hard way.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I'll just kind of stay out of it and let people learn the lessons the hard way. Because really it is the best way you're going to learn. A lot of times it sucks. And like, you know, I'm not going to let somebody like freaking fall off a cliff or something.
Yeah.
Or actually like do permanent damage to themselves. But a lot of the times, you know, people are doing something that I know is going to, you know, cause them emotional pain in the future, or they're just wasting their time doing something, or you know, I'll just stay out of it and let them learn. And you know, I think that was one of the things that I was kind of tried staying out of. And yeah, I
mean it got weird. I mean my upbringing is slightly different. It's basically the mentality of if you can do something that's good, do it.
Yeah.
Like, and that can get you into trouble because your mentality of what you think is a good thing to do may not be the right thing to do. I mean, the right thing to do. The truth is an army of marching metaphors, right? With Nietzsche. But like,
Very
it's
subjective, but yeah.
Yeah, it's entirely subjective. So I don't know, but that's kind of where I was coming from, and that's where I have come from because of just my parents and the way they taught me how to do things.
Yeah.
So that was my call on that one. But yeah, what do you guys think? Down in the comments. It's a tough one, right?
Yeah. Any kind of stories where you just you had to do something tough because
You're
you
between
thought
a
it
rock
was
and a hard
right.
place, and
Yeah.
doesn't seem like there's any good options. So moving forward, I think we're going to talk a little bit about the video games.
The video games.
What have you been playing, Kev?
I have not been playing video games.
I hate that sentence, and I hate you.
Do you know what? So I was at my brother's birthday party tonight.
Yeah.
Just like the family thing. It wasn't actually his birthday. But
Yeah.
just a little family supper. And my mom's boyfriend's son started off the happy birthday chant exactly like that. Because nobody started singing happy birthday. So he was like, happy birthday. And my mom just like, I hate that. I just started singing. Good time.
The thing about happy birthday, it's kind of a hard song to sing.
It's hard to sing really well, but
Yeah.
but there is like a socially accepted like
Oh yeah.
way to sing it.
Yeah.
That isn't great.
Yeah, no.
But everybody expects it, so it's all good.
Yeah, it's all good. So you haven't been playing anything at all?
Yeah, no, not really. Playing around in Unreal Engine
Yeah?
for a good bit. Really good
Goofing?
development tool. A lot of fun.
Goofing it off?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, what have I been playing? You know what I did play? I played Lords of the Fallen. Now, if you don't remember this, it's a Souls-like game. It came out in maybe 2013.
Yeah.
2013, 2014.
14?
Maybe. Anyway, it's not good. It's that's pretty much what I have to say about it. I mean, I don't know. I didn't think it was very good. I got through the tutorial section. It's such a gamey game.
Yeah.
It's so clunky in its way of like, wait before you attack, blah blah blah. But wait, like a wall of text right in your face. It's like, I mean, you can skip the tutorial. Sure, fine, whatever. But why can't they just do it the way Dark Souls does it? Like, it's totally optional. You don't need it. You have everything taught you like an old Mega Man game, right? Like, it's like
Show, don't tell.
exactly. That's the
Very,
rule.
very famous old rule.
Yeah, that's the rule of film. And I mean, I guess video games aren't really film.
It's really
but
just visual.
They're a
media.
visual medium.
Yeah.
And yeah, show don't tell is exactly what has to be approached there. But I can understand doing more like a little more level design myself at a pretty rudimentary level, but trying to introduce mechanics and things like that. I can understand how difficulties can arise, especially when you have large amounts of controls and modifiers for buttons and things like that. Like, how are you going to show someone that, okay, well, when you press R1, it's this attack, but when you're holding in square and then press R1, it's this kind of attack. Like, that's, the person may not be able to figure that out initially. So
yeah, it's hard to set up for them to learn. And there's this other kind of backwards thing too, where this is partly because of how games are made. Generally, the tutorial's made very late. So
because all the mechanics are figured out then, right?
So they're very used to the tutorial part of the game not having any explanation at all. Whenever you put text explanation in there, the game's better. It's not the best it could be, but it is better for the text being in there. Right? So there's a problematic thing where they put in the text and they're like, yes, we fixed our tutorial. You know, that kind of feeling. And you know, it's not something that's really like super well thought out and designed and you know, stuff like, you know, how early platformers did all the time.
Yeah. And I don't know. I mean, it comes back to like an Ego Raptor video, right? Of like when he's explaining level design and it's like, Mega Man. Like, yeah. Yeah, it's, game design's tough.
It is. It's real tough.
It's, you have to know what someone wants to do.
Yeah.
And how to show things properly.
If you ever want to like see the scope on it, actually, here's a super good example of the scope. At the Game Developers Conference, there's multiple panels. Art gets a panel to itself. Tech gets a panel to itself. Level design gets a panel to itself.
Yeah.
And level design is just one part of design.
Yeah.
Right? And like, you know, that's how like divvied up design needs to be, because like it's there's so much to kind of talk about, like, for how to do it right there. And it's because, like, interactivity is new. It's what is a new medium. Programming is, like, still pretty new, but it's older. And art has been around for longer than most people can figure out. Music's been around for a stupidly long amount of time. Like, that stuff's kind of figured out.
Yeah.
You know, design, like, you know, we're figuring it out as we go.
Yeah, and I mean, tying it back to the whole theme of this episode, it's really ambiguous. There's no real right way to do things. I mean, there are some things that may yield the same result again and again, but not necessarily. Yeah. And that doesn't necessarily mean that it's a good thing, because then people are like, oh, it's just exactly like this game. You know what I mean? So it's ambiguous. You think you're doing the right thing, but you may be totally going off in left field, and you're not coming up with the right option. I mean, so I've been getting a little bit back into the game development, a little bit. I'm doing some prototyping of a basically like a 3D first person platformer, I guess would be the way to describe it. Yep. It's kind of like a collect the rings, they get you more points, get there fast, do shit. Yeah. Kind of game. So I've been having fun with it. Well, actually, I haven't been having fun with that. I have fun with it when everything's working properly. But when Unity decides to break everything, it's not as much fun. For some reason, that's not a lot of fun. But yeah, that means I'm switching to a new engine. But that's neither here nor there. And when doing it, honestly, the hardest part, like the actually getting everything together, that's fine. That's whatever. Just figuring out the art was a bit of a pain in the ass, but that's because Unity's kind of, it's a bit of a chore to work with. For like making arty things. Or maybe it's just because I'm new with it, right? Yeah. But like it's
some of it's workflow stuff.
It
always depends on what you're doing as well. And,
and just honestly, like I feel like game development in 3D is going to be awesome. Because just manipulating objects to go into a certain space, it's annoying. Yeah. It's not fun to do. It sucks. Yeah. It's like when you got to put down 100 rocks, you got to place all those rocks and they don't move right, and then they don't sit on the surface properly, and but like in VR, you could just be like, I got a handful of rocks, toss them. Like, you know what I mean? Like so that's going to be fantastic. But honestly, the toughest part of it was the actual level design and trying to get it so that it teaches mechanics at a decent pace. And the mechanics are simple, right? The mechanics are run, jump. Yep. That's it. That is it. I mean, there's a couple of hazards that are in your way, like small fences and palm trees that you have to move left and right between. But yeah, just trying to show between the two of those and get a good balance of difficult yet fun. Yep.
Guiding player intention.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, and hoping to like catch their eye towards certain things. Yeah. So like trying to use lines to draw them. So I was doing that with rocks and things like that to like build up to this moment of like, holy shit, that's a big mountain. But yeah, it's and then working with the technical limitations of draw distance of the specific device, right? So you're trying to hide things. And like I was talking to you about it, like I was like looking at it from an outside perspective, like it looks so janky. Like what looks like a mountain is actually like the edge face of a rock that's just like jutting all the way out. Like you gave me an example of Skyrim.
Skyrim, yeah. They have a bench in one of the dungeons. That's actually just the top of a bookshelf.
Yep. Just so the rest of the bookshelf is there. It's just underneath. Like, yeah, and if you've never made games, you have no idea how jank stuff is sometimes. Like this gives me a kick. Do you remember? I think it was Dead Island, where if you look at one specific character, right in between her legs, it had a line in between. And people were like, oh, why would they put like a vagina there on this character? And that's disgusting. And sexist game developers. It's not a vagina. They literally took the character model, cut it in half, doubled it. That's what they did. Yeah. Like, and yeah, shit is jank, and it's only jank if you see it. If you don't see it, it's fine. Yep. It's whatever. It's like
they hide all the jank.
Exactly. It's like when you're filming a video. Like this took me a while to understand, but like the camera only sees what the viewer only sees what the camera sees, and like it doesn't matter what else is going on in the shot. Yeah. It only matters what the camera sees. And that sounds like such a simple concept, but it blew my mind when I realized that like you can have so much other shit going on and people running around in the back, and like it's as long as the camera doesn't see it, it doesn't exist. Yep. And
that's why there's people in movies whose whole job is continuity.
Yeah.
Make
Yeah,
sure
exactly.
The same stuff is in the scene.
Yeah.
From shot to shot.
That being said, just to outline it, I mean, if it's not on the screen, it doesn't exist. Not necessarily true when you're talking about like maybe a monster or something that you can't see but you feel. But like that tension is caused from on screen.
Yeah.
It's caused from the sounds. It's caused from. I just wanted to
Yeah.
catch that. I said shoot that one in the face. That's
Shoot
what I
in
was
the face. Fuck
That's
you, argument. I'm right.
I don't even know what I was trying to say. I nipped that in the bud is what I was probably trying to say,
Yeah.
but I just want to shoot that one in the face,
Yeah.
Just catch it before she goes anywhere. Give her the old Dick Cheney, if you will.
Dick Cheney, yeah.
The Dick Cheney. Did you hear about the Native American orgy?
No.
It was fucking intense.
Ha 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 ha.
You got anything to talk about, Kev?
So, on my walk to work in the mornings,
Yeah.
I walk past a college, and school just started up the last couple weeks,
Where's this going?
and it is freaking hilarious seeing the students transition from happy and cheery and excited
Yeah, there's some hope in their eyes.
to hopeless, devoid, paper writing, test taking creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm enjoying getting to see that so consistently.
You see them, and every day they look a little more tired, a little more upset, a little more realizing they're not going to become a doctor, and they're not.
A little bit less bounce in their step each day.
Yeah, and
Yeah, it's really, really funny. So
it's just
that's
like
been my entertainment on my walk to work.
all the
each
childlike
morning.
wonder just getting ripped from them,
Yeah,
and it's always in the eyes, eh? Always in the eyes.
it's true.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's funny.
yeah. Damn kids.
Yeah.
They don't even know. See, like, okay, when you went to like your first year, like, what did you think it was going to be like, and did it meet expectation?
I had no idea, and I was like scared
I was terrified.
because I had pretty much no friends at that point,
Really?
including like people who went into uni.
Really?
Like I think Cody was my only friend who I knew went into university.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, so well, it's because like
I thought you were like popular in high school and shit. No.
yeah, not really. I wasn't worried about really making friends with people, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess in my program too, I didn't know anyone in my program and stuff as well. So you know,
Right.
there's all these complications to making friends, and I just recently broken up with my girlfriend at the time. So that was kind of like a friend group that I like lost. As
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. Isn't that shitty how that happens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of it was tough and scary for me. So I didn't have many expectations. I was really shocked by how friendly people were and how willing to make friends they were.
Everyone opens doors.
I know.
Like literally opening doors.
Yeah.
It's
they do.
weird.
Yeah. So it's nice.
It's like definitely a UPI thing. Like they'll open a door for you if you're a kilometer away.
yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Done it myself.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, no, I think first year of university was a pretty positive experience for me. What was kind of annoying is that a lot of the classes were rehashes of grade 12 material.
Yeah.
So I kind of felt like I was wasting my time. And I started off university by having absolutely zero work ethic and coming through with good grades.
Yeah.
And that's not a good way to start something that
Same.
will be very difficult later on.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't really, it was a pretty decent experience for me at least.
Yeah. So did you try and like immerse yourself in it? Did you go to like NSO and like the parties and things like that?
I
No.
played video games.
You're still a true nerd at heart.
Yes. I think I did some orientation stuff, but
Yeah. Yeah, in my first 2 years, I never did anything like that. Like, believe it or not, super low self-confidence. Not as much now. Definitely a lot better over the past couple of years. I think doing this has helped a lot too. But yeah, back then it was bad because I mean, I went to a private school for about 10 years, and there were 10 students. You know what I mean?
So
Like,
not much social experience.
I didn't see a girl until I was 17. That's not true, but like, it's pretty much true. It's pretty much true. So then, I transitioned into high school for my sciences, and it was really weird. And high school sucked. I hated it, dude. I ate my bathroom in the lunch. Wait, I ate my
Good one, Nathan.
Yuck.
Bathroom in the lunch.
I ate my bathroom in the lunch.
Good old shit sandwich. So you ate your lunch in the bathroom because you never had a middle school experience?
I ate my bathroom in the lunch, Kevin. Yeah, just because, like, I don't know. It's like you'd be sitting there by yourself, and I didn't know anyone. So, like, I knew the odd person, but they were all kind of assholes. So it was, I eventually got into some friend groups and things like that. And, like, I remember the first thing I thought when I got there, I was like, I got to get a girlfriend because then that'll get me friends. Right? So then I did that. I was successful. And we went out for a little bit. Was not interested in the girl at all. She was cute. I just wanted friends. I wasn't looking for a relationship. So I was like, I don't really want this. And we broke up about 3 months, and then none of her friends talked to me. I'm like, oh crap. So this is how social. I was like, this is how social dynamics work, and like I had no idea that was and like it sounds surprising that I had no idea, but like I legitimately had no idea how any of that worked. Yeah. Because you never had to deal with it, right? And like people, I don't know, they have trouble understanding. We're like, no, but like you had like junior high relationships, so like you dealt with people. I'm like, no, like this is the most people I've ever seen in one place.
Junior high that like everybody learned that stuff.
Yeah, so I was a little behind the curve when it came to that stuff. Academically, I was above a lot of people, but because there's a lot of idiots in public high school. But I remember there was this one guy in the middle of math class. He drops his pants and starts slapping his ass.
What?
Teacher didn't see it, but like, what the hell?
I'm glad I went to the better of the two schools. Jeez.
Another guy tried to break a can off his head by taking the can, putting it on the desk, and then acting like a woodpecker, just slam head right into it. I forgot about this. He had all the lines on his head, like little indentation from the tab and everything like that. Beautiful. And he went, oh, like he made the most guttural noise. And then he's like, I don't feel good. I think he got a concussion. He hit his head so hard. He's like, Mr. Murley, I gotta go to the washroom. Oh my gosh, it was funny. So that was my high school experience. Then moving into university, I was like, this is gonna be different. And kind of, but like the idiots from high school were still there. Yeah. And they tried to treat it like high school for like the first couple of weeks, but it's not. It's just...
You have way more freedom, which means you aren't forced to interact with people, which means idiots don't have an audience anymore.
Exactly. And then, so what I ended up doing was I started hanging out with my good buddy at the time. He was Nick. I've told, actually last week, told a good story about him.
Last week, yep.
Yeah, so go check that episode. Plug. And yeah, I mean, we kind of had a fun time. We were both like very antisocial and just into like metal and stuff like that. And we would hang out in the library all the time. Like I probably spent like all my first year in the library. Yeah. Didn't really go to events because I wasn't of drinking age. Yeah. So I didn't do much. And then by second year, I did a little bit more stuff. I had a girlfriend at that time. And then I got kind of busy. And then by third year is when I met you and Katie and everything like that. And then I had a girlfriend at the time. And then we just did a bunch of shit and got real drunk. And then got bad grades because I was getting drunk all the time, kids. So don't do that. But
yes, there's a lot of alcohol consumed.
Yeah, and then I'm just finishing up my last course online right now to be finally done of it and go away to the other side of the world. But so I mean, I don't know if it was what I expected. I didn't know what to expect. I think I definitely relate with you on the work ethic aspect of it. Yeah, because like high school is too easy here. Yes. I just think that's the mentality for like high schools in North America. Like they don't.
Yeah, I think it's a North American thing where it's just kind of like everybody succeeds.
Yeah, kind of like a participation medal. Like, yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. Oh, actually, I have a funny high school story. So there was this guy, same guy that smacked his head off the can. He would try and cheat off me on math tests. Okay, so, and he would also try and cheat off me for homework. So. He was like, and he wasn't like a bully about it. He was just like, hey, man, can you give me the answers? And I'd be like, you should probably learn. He's like, come on, man. Come on. Don't be a loser or whatever. I'm like, okay, fine. So I did something that could have got me in a lot of trouble. I took 2 copies of the assignment did one, all the wrong answers, said, here, man, copy this one. And then did mine that was 100% right, and then handed it in, and he got his back, and he's like, man, I got like a 20%. Like, what'd you do? And I'm like, I don't know, I got 100.
Did you copy it wrong?
Man, you must have messed up. Oh no, we must have had different versions of the test or something like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm lucky he didn't beat me up.
Yeah. I remember them handing around like different versions of tests just to like dissuade people from cheating.
Yeah, people still try to cheat. I never got that. I only ever technically cheated once, and I cheated the wrong way. So it was in second year chemistry, and it was organic chemistry, and I thought I knew this type of reaction. I was like, this is the way this reaction works. Boom, boom, boom. Got it. And then I think it went either conrotary or disrotary. That's getting real into the weeds of organic chemistry. But anyway, the way it turns and the way the bonds move. And I was like, yeah, it's definitely like this. Write my answer down. I'm like, good. Flip my sheet. Done. And then I just looking around. And then I noticed real smart girl in front of me. She's got it the other way. And I'm like, shit. She's obviously right. So then I switched it around. And then it ended up I was right when I got the test back, and I was like, fuck. And that was the only question I got wrong at that test. I got like a 97 on it. So I was like, man. So yeah, that's the only time I ever technically cheated, and I cheated the wrong way.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, you try not to look at other people's papers, but like you're bound to see the odd thing.
It happens, yeah. They have to pack you pretty tightly and stuff. So.
Yeah, and it's whatever. But my big thing is like whenever I take a test, I kind of stare off into space and like just stare ahead of me, and like I'm not looking at anything. But then one time I locked eyes with Pearson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He thought it was cheating, and he locked eyes with me. He's like, dude, like he gave me one of those like, what are you doing faces? And then I realized I was looking at a paper, and then I saw a movement, and I was like, what is this? Saw him. I was like, no. I like started like moving my hands. I'm like, no, not me. Like I didn't do it. Like I wasn't doing anything. I'm just an idiot.
I made it a habit of mine to stare at clocks specifically. Like so, at the start of the test, I'll sit down before I look at the test. I figure out where the clock is. I'll stare at that. If not, it would be like the top of a door frame.
And that's your go-to thing, so that you don't accidentally someone thinks you're cheating. Yeah. I remember one time I was taking an exam. So exams, particularly at UPEI, they're kind of a big affair.
Yeah.
Like they get the campus police involved, and they divvy everyone up, and there's people walking up and down the rows to make sure no one's cheating. There's someone that goes with you to the washroom.
So.
And everything like that. Like it's in the gym. It's pretty big. What are you saying?
Depends on what tests you're taking.
Yeah.
I never experienced any of that.
Really?
Yes.
You never had to have one in the gym?
No, I had them in the gym. I never had somebody go to the bathroom with me. Campus police were never there. And the patrols were very, very sparse.
Oh, well, you know that it's a thing, though, right? Like,
yes, okay. I've heard it. I've heard of it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just because like I was in computer science. We did most of our tests with business people and biology people. So I'm kind of curious if it was like a discipline thing.
What? Chemistry students are more likely to cheat? Actually, honestly, it was more for my electives. But anyway, there was this guy over like a couple seats away from me, literally on his phone looking up the answers. How did he not get caught? Like that's immediate expulsion.
Yeah.
Like you're gone. Insane. What the hell? Like and then I remember one time I was in a class. I was in between these two guys, these two friends. They were literally cheating behind me, talking behind my head. Yo, man, what's the answer for this question? I don't know. I put B. What'd you put? Like literally right. I'm like, what are you doing, guys? Like,
I had a similar thing happen to me before. Actually, it was like across the aisle and like a seat or two back.
Yeah,
I could hear a couple guys whispering. I'm like, how do the teachers not realize these two guys are talking to each other?
Yeah, and like the thing is, with the guys right behind me, then I was pissed because I was like, if the teacher comes up and then I get implicated in this,
yeah.
I'm going to start throwing punches. Like, I'm not doing anything. Like, I'm just trying to take the test the right way. Yeah. I'm trying to be academically honest. God, some people are the worst.
Some people are. I don't know.
Yuck. Do you have anything else to add, Kev?
I don't know. Most people get through university, too, and probably shouldn't. But
Yeah, especially business students, man. Like the way they rehash their tests is comical.
Yes.
Like the answers will be online for their tests.
Pretty much all group assignments.
Yep. And one guy does all the work.
Yeah, it's comical.
Presentations.
Biology is a bit comical too.
So it's all memorization.
It's a lot of memorization, and it actually has like a downward slope for how much effort you need to put in. First year is kind of normal as all the other people, but then second year is really hard because they ask you to memorize a lot.
Yep.
But then they get into more specific things in third and fourth year where they can't tell you that much to memorize, but it's biology.
And like it's amazing the biology degree at our particular university that's known for having a good science program. You don't even have to take a biology course in your fourth year.
Yep.
Isn't that it? They don't have like a capstone experience.
Bad.
It's weird.
Yeah, there's a lot of biology students too, and like they were kind of around. Like me and a buddy of mine at graduation, they were all just talking about how easy fourth year was.
Yeah.
How relaxed it was. They're like, well, I haven't had classes in a month.
Yeah.
Jeez, get out of here. Because like I did like my video game project.
Yeah.
Which was hardcore work for like, especially the last like 2 months, but like that whole year.
You weren't a person in that time.
I
Kevin.
stopped existing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's probably the most I've ever cried in 1 year.
You cried?
Oh man,
What would that even look like?
As hell.
Wouldn't that like fry your circuit
It was
board or
mostly
something?
like alcohol inspired tears, but
What? I can't even imagine. Like, and I've seen you blackout drunk too. So like,
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not laughing at you crying. I'm laughing at the concept of it.
That's how much. Yeah, it's how much stress I went through.
Shit,
pretty
it
nuts.
sucked, dude.
I put it on myself a little bit. I was down a course going in fourth year, so I had to take an extra course in the first semester, and then I had full set of courses second semester, which they highly recommend you do not do.
Yep.
They recommend 4 courses each semester. Regular is 5.
Yep.
So I took 6, then 5.
Yep.
And yeah,
While doing a really hard project.
Really hard project with a bunch of really hard courses too, because
Yep.
you have to do some really hard courses during that time. It's just how the computer science thing works. And yeah, it was tough. It was really tough.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I got off a little bit easier on the chemistry side of things, but like it's definitely not it's not a bird kind of degree. It's like it's not easy.
It's not a biology or business degree now.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Though I'm not going to do anything with it, so who cares? Moving into games, the video games.